Hey everybody, it's Backlas here from CrossOvertheRiverOutdoors YouTube channel. At this time, I hope everybody's doing okay with being in lockdown mode and with the virus and all that stuff. Hope you all are getting through this as best as you can. We're getting through it, as best as we can. It's been tough, for the last couple of weeks, being most of our stuff shut down, our business-wise. But this gives a great opportunity for me to have more time to spend out in the woods, and I'm sure for most of y'all that like to hunt and fish and stuff, whatever chance you guys get, you've probably been taking advantage of it and doing it too. And today, right now, when I'm doing this video here on the channel, I wanted to share a couple little quick tips for you guys out there for as far as your scouting goes for the upcoming deer season. Now, right now it's springtime. It's here in March, so everybody's thinking about turkey season. A lot of people, that's what we think about is turkey season and scouting for turkeys. Here in New York, we still got about a month before we get to go hunting and for turkeys, and so now we're scouting for them and all that. But this time of the year, right after the first snowfall, right after the snow's all melted off and it's back to normal, this is when I love to go out and scout for my upcoming deer season the most. And I'm going to tell you why here, and you can use this in the back of your mind. In the springtime, everybody, we get a lot of snow up here in the Northeast. So by springtime, when everything melts off, everything is knocked completely flat and everything shows up. It's very visible. So you can see a lot further out there, and you can get a better inventory on what your deer are doing a little bit more, because you can find their trails a lot easier. In the late summertime, when most people go out to scout, all your your brush areas and stuff like that, it's all grown up and the leaves are popped and everything is green and it's thick, and you really can't pick out find certain transition zones or trails that the deer are using as easy as you can right now. All that high stuff is gone, all the leaves are gone, all the brush and the goldenrod and the thickets, it's all knocked flat. The trails are going to show up a heck of a lot easier, and they're going to stick out like a sore thumb. You can really fine-tune what your deer are doing a lot easier than you can in the late summer and in the early fall. Plus, in the springtime here, you have the opportunity to go into areas that you normally would not go into during the fall, because you don't want to bump your deer out. So right now you don't have to worry about it really. You can go in there and get a better idea of what your deer are doing, get an idea how many deer you have in the area based off of the sign that you find as far as trails been used from last fall in the early winter. So put that in the back of your mind. This is a great time to get out there and scout. I highly recommend it. You can get out there and get an idea of what your deer are doing, get your plans set for the upcoming fall. I mean, hey, you never can start scouting too early for your upcoming deer season. So I hope that y'all take that into consideration, and hopefully that tip will help you in the future as far as fine-tuning your stands and whatnot. Plus, at this time of year, hey, you get to go do a little bit of shed hunting on your properties and whatnot, which is what we've been doing. And as you can see here, we've got some sheds. Got a couple. Unfortunately, this is a we always hate to find stuff like this deadhead here, but this is a young buck. This hatchery's probably been there for a couple years now when we found that. The coolest shed that I found, and I'll tell you a little bit about the history on this one. This is probably the coolest shed that I think I've ever found. Check that brow tine out on that big joker. He's only a big 3-point, big 6-point here. But I'll tell you a little bit about this. So several years ago, probably about 5 years ago now it was, maybe a little longer than that, before I even had access to the property where I have now, to this one farm, I seen this deer spotlighting. And I remember seeing him out there, and I was like, man, that's a big old 6-point that really needs shooting. And we watched him for a while, and then the next year, I was driving by my neighbor's house. It was opening day of the gun season. I was driving by my one neighbor's house that hunted that particular area, and sure enough, there was this deer laying in the back of his truck. And I knew it had to have been the same deer, because the horn, it was just very similar, and he hunted that area, so I figured it was him. So it was the same deer, and here it is 5 years later. Now I'm shed hunting and scouting back there, and here it is. I found his shed laying in there. So I thought that was pretty cool, to be able to see a deer several years ago, and I remembered who he was, and then to be able to find that shed years later. So that was pretty cool. Found some little dinky sheds here, little yearlings. This one's actually, that's a shed from last year, I think. This one here, that's that's a this year shed right there. Little. I actually think when you find sheds like this, it's a lot more rewarding to you when you find little sheds like this compared to other ones. And found a couple more deadheads and stuff, but it's just something great to be able to do. You can get out there, get an inventory. You know, shed hunting, most everybody does that anyways. You get out there, you can get an inventory on what kind of deer you have on the property, made it through the season. And then again, scouting, you can really pick up a lot of information and get a better idea for your upcoming fall, and you can start planning a lot earlier and get a better game plan set up for when you go, if you're going to change stand locations and hunt differently for your season coming up. So that's what I got for y'all right now. So I hope that that's a good tip for y'all. I hope y'all take that in consideration and it works for you in the future. Be sure to go and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. All three accounts, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, same way, CrossOvertheRiverOutdoors. Go on there, follow me, subscribe to the channel. Would greatly appreciate it. Share it with all your friends and your family and your buddies that love to hunt. It would be much appreciated for y'all to go on there and subscribe to the channel. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope all is well, and y'all have a safe and blessed time, and good luck in the 2020 season. So, and also good luck for turkey season. That's coming up.